Hi Stan fans, I'm the PC Expert Amateur and we're going to take a look at the Baishun CJX-112-US tablet holder. As you can see, it's very generic. And this one's a little bit interesting. First of all, they chose to have a very small base. And the bad thing about a very small base is that means that all of the forces that are being acted on that are acting on, I should say, the base and the plastic dashboard underneath this, because this is supposed to be used in vehicles, are acting on a very small area, which increases the amount of stress that that very small area is going to have to deal with. Whereas if it was a larger one, or if it had like an X shape, then it would be spread out a lot more. But okay, so there are two other main parts. This is one of them. And this is the other. So we'll start with this. We've got the collar here, which I'll have to take off so I can show you how to put it all together. Oh, but before I forget, it comes with anchors, and I don't know why, but there are 8 screws. And it even gives you a little screwdriver. Go figure. So this one's a little bit different. A lot of times when you pull, both sides will pull out and both sides are spring-loaded. In this one, this side is spring-loaded. There's a lot of plastic on this design. And then for this side, you have to push this button here, which allows you to slide it. And if you look on the back, there is actually a ratchet system there. So you can decrease the size very easily, but you have to push the button to release it. So that's kind of nice. Now, you would think that this part of the two sections here would be the best one because this is metal. Well, except for that turn knob there. And if you look, you can see that each of these balls has got a rubber O-ring around it, which you would think, as I did, that that would help reduce movement because of increased friction. You would think. So let's go ahead and start putting this together. But before we do that, I want to show you why this part is actually the best part. Because this one has not really a ratchet system, but it has a hole, and I don't know if it's called pinion or what it's called, but it's got a hole system. So there are holes on the inside of the ball that go around the center. So in order to move this one, I have to loosen this up enough. And then you can see, perhaps, if I tighten it just enough, it has a certain number of positions. And when you tighten it enough, it stops being movable. So this prevents jostling and big bumps and potholes and your truck or car going like this from having this change positions. And the same is true with this connection. Although this is a different connection, it is one that allows it to turn sideways. Well, not sideways, but it turns around the other way. And just like with this has got some kind of a ratcheting. Well, not really ratcheting. I don't know what the right word is, but I can feel the ratchets or whatever on that. So this does a great job. If it had been made of metal, that would have been even better. I wish they had done that because it'd be a lot more durable. But once it's tightened up, there's absolutely no way without breaking this for me to move this or to turn this around. The same, unfortunately, cannot be said for the metal part. First of all, the metal part has this very kind of drab gray color. That is painted on. It's not chemically added. It's a paint, and just in the process of me playing with this before I made the video, it started coming off. So they should have done something better. Maybe made it all black with a chemical bath or something like that. I don't know, but I was really kind of frustrated that they didn't do it right. I'm not sure how they made these metal pieces. I don't know if I can't see any signs of injection mold or casting or anything. So I'm going to guess that's casting, but I really don't know. So once you tighten these up, and you want to get it as tight as you possibly can, careful not to break that part. This should be ready to go, but you can still dislodge it. Now, if I screw this on, and the only thing that holds this in place is this screw, or the bolt sticking out, I should say. There is no nut or anything in there to prevent it from becoming loose and turning in your vehicle. So if you have a violent shift in weight, and I'm going to put this all together, ball goes in the socket. I guess that's kind of like what they did to my shoulder to fix it after my injury at Amazon. That Amazon wouldn't help me with because they're a bunch of jerks. So if you've got your phone or tablet and you've got it mounted like this, for example, every inch that it's farther away from this center here, there's more pressure pulling it downward with every jostling movement. And also, if the car or the vehicle suddenly goes that way, then it's going to tighten it. But if it goes the other way, it's going to cause this to loosen. And then you're going to have a problem because it might smack into the windshield if it violently twists around. And that could damage your device. It could potentially even break the plastic of this piece. So although they were genius about this part, they were not genius about this part, even though this is where they put the metal. And I honestly guess they did not think about the fact that this can swivel if there's enough force. So if you're going to be driving a vehicle and you're not expecting to be driving violently, there's not going to be potholes and big bumps and stuff like that, it should be okay to use it. It may slowly descend. But if you are like going on bad roads, maybe gravel roads with bumps, or maybe there are potholes where you live that keep on forming on your road because the city doesn't have enough money to fix everything, this may not be the best solution, although it certainly is better than the other mount that I reviewed today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.
I need to ask for your help. Things have been challenging. Whose life hasn't been challenging lately? So if you can please help me out by liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, and turning on notifications, that would be really, really super. Also, if you'd like to help me financially and you can't afford to, you can do a super thanks on my Glenn's Fast Reviews channel, or you can become a member there. Or if you prefer, you can go to patreon.com/GLENNMII and become a member there instead. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Bleeping Computer for their support of my channel. If you need resources for computers, for getting rid of malware and learning about cybersecurity and stuff, Bleeping Computer, BLEEPING computer.com is a great resource. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.